Please, will you introduce yourself, sir?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Kadir Eda, the director, FCT Muslim Program Welfare Board.
Sir, right from Nigeria to Medina, from Medina to Mecca, please can you share us with your experience about the Hajj operation this year?
As you may be aware, the Hajj operation normally starts with the sales of form. After the sales of form, we organize education and orientation program for our pilgrims, within which we also do some medical examination of our pilgrims to be sure they are fit for the exercise, and also do some other screenings, or like educating them on some of the Islamic rites, apart from the medical screening. And then we also educate them on how to conduct themselves when they get to Saudi Arabia, so that they don't fall foul of their laws. And then after which, we do the farewell ceremony for the first lifting of our pilgrims. And from there, the first pilgrims are lifted, and the subsequent airlifting, because the exercise is the airlifting is in batches as a result of the number of people involved and the capacity of the plane. And as you may be aware, the first airlifting was on the 16th of May 2025, and the last was on the 21st of May to Medina, from Medina to Mecca.
What can you say about the achievement recorded by NACON this year?
By NACON?
Yeah.
Okay, so far, NACON did well compared to the previous years. The lifting of the pilgrims were very smooth, because there was the airliners that were allocated, especially to FCT, if I may talk about FCT, had the capacity to lift as many as 400 plus, as against last year that you had just 200 and something. So that's another. And then the issue of, although we had issues with visa to some extent, but that may not 100% be attributed to their own, attributed to them completely, because the Saudi refused to open the portal at a point. So very few, as compared to people that couldn't get a visa. I think that is just the main something. And then also, I think the average they did well. And then coming to Mina, they did pretty well, because as we observed, the tents were much spacious than they used to be, and the food were commendable. And the issue of health, they did well too, because for issues that we had, there was prompt attention, prompt responses. I think it was a fair mark for them.
How many pilgrims does the FCT have this year, and how far have you gone in improving their care?
We have 1,500 pilgrims. So we're supposed to have 1,531. As I said, there were issues of visa. So those other people couldn't get visa, so they couldn't make it. So 1,000. And then the issue of welfare, we did our best as far as accommodation is concerned. If you find out, As I told you, our accommodation is within the vicinity of the haram. It's a trackable distance. That is one. Then food, you can ask everybody. Compare, go to other states and find out, or a neutral person ask. Abuja, let me not say maybe because I'm involved. I think it's one of the best so far. You can find out from the Pilgrims how far compared to what they used to have. I'm not the one saying this. Is the responses I got from people, or people are telling me, commending me for the food especially. And in health-wise, all health challenges we had, we did all we could to manage the situation. So far, so good. No any serious health matter. There was a case of Imuna. There was a case of a staff who collapsed in Harafat, and immediately we draw the attention of the health center provided by the Saudi authorities, and was rushed to the health center with the ambulance. Before evening, he got resuscitated, and at a point it was like he was almost unconscious. But alhamdulillah, he got better, and then he came back to the tent late in the night, and is well now. Thank you.
FCT Pilgrims were among the Nigerian contingent that complained bitterly about BTE last year.
Yes.
What the situation is there?
Yes. If you may find out yourself, whatever I say now, it will look as if I'm trying to give myself credit. We at the early part of our preparation for this year's Hajj operation, we were apprehensive. We were scared that dollar might rise. And so we're looking for other alternatives. And considering our situation as FCT, we are not like states that we can take permission from the governor. Our minister, we can't do things without them being involved. And even with NACON giving us directive, we had in mind that we're going to make arrangement down because of the new law by the CBN, that only ATM cards will be allowed to be used instead of cash. So we're disturbed. We didn't know what to do. Every meeting to see how we can resolve, we found it very difficult. So at the end of the day, we had to hold on and pray to God that God will help us. And as we have it, God was on our side. So we were able to got at the rate that was initially marked for it, $500. That was the amount, 800,000 naira to $500. Everybody got $500. Nobody was of change.
So how would you describe the level of support you enjoy from the FCT contingent?
No, it was tremendous. To be sincere, I want to use the opportunity to thank the Minister of State and by extension the Minister, because he gives all the approval for his support so far. He did well. We never lacked. We never lacked anything. And also the free hand they gave us without serious personal intervention in our activities. It was a good one.
Okay, let's talk about this post-Arafat day. I think most of the presentation were given by the NACON officials. So were you satisfied with the presentations?
Yes.
In terms of medical, in terms of operations, airlift operation, productivity?
Yes, I think I was satisfied to the extent that some of the challenges or some of the challenges we saw for observation made were presented there, and they promised they were going to take necessary to avert such issues in the future. I think basically the reason for such gathering is to see for people to bring up what were the challenges or what were observed and how possible corrections can be made. I think that was basically what, and from the responses of the NACOPs, I think we are hopeful that next year things will be better, even though they did well. There's new room for improvement.
How orderly and law-abiding are FCT pilgrims this year?
Yeah, very, very. In fact, I was surprised. Especially where we normally have problems, mainly in Mina to Harafat. It was, they were, in fact, people were saying, is it that these people are not Nigerians? They were ready to obey. Because when you want to call them out for buses, they will rush. But this time around, they were in file, in queue. It was orderly. And then issues like other issues, by the time you make pronouncement, they are ready to obey. I think it was like a magic.
Finally, any message for them?
Yes. Can you give us the update concerning your return import transportation back to Nigeria?
Yeah, from the flight schedule we got from our airlifter flying us, 21st is our first airlift for the first flight. Then 23rd, second, 26th, 3rd, and 30th for the last flight. So for now, that is what we have. We don't know whether there may be a change or not.
Finally, what's your message to the pilgrims?
Well, I want to mainly the feeling now is how to go back home and meet parents. So I want to plead with them and to exercise patience. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of days. We are there. Because many of them are eager to go back and they are disturbing. They want to go by first flight. Everybody wants to go by first flight. Forgetting that you go as you come. So if we exchange people, that means some people will not go first flight and they want to go too. So they should exercise patience and that everybody will eventually go and everybody should be assured that they will go according to how they came. Nobody will subchange because the issue where you say maybe some people are not less privileged and you exchange them for some people that one will not be part of my schedule this time. I will not allow it. So and pray that we should all get back home safely. We are hoping on Allah to guide us and protect us. And may Allah accept our ibadah. Thank you.